For the last decade, Wisconsin's 7th Congressional has been a safe seat for Republican Sean Duffy.
But then we get rid of all the loopholes.
In 5 races, Duffy never faced much of a challenge, and after redistricting in 2012, he never received less than 60% of the vote.
When I went to Congress...
But for 40 years before that, Wisconsin's 7th was blue, home to Democrat Dave Obey. So what happened? And what does that say about Tuesday's special election between Republican Tom Tiffany and Democrat Tricia Zunker?
Well, there's a little thing called gerrymandering that occurred in 2010.
Most Democrats blame the 2012 redistricting plan, which removed some Democratic areas of the district, like Portage County, and added in more of western Wisconsin, which typically votes more Republican.
But the main thing that's changed is the Democrat Party. I talked to so many people who are John F. Kennedy Democrats who are like, I don't recognize my party anymore.
Republicans say rural voters don't feel at home in a progressive, urban, and multicultural Democratic Party. Both concepts hold some truth, but neither tells the whole story. Rural districts across the nation have been shifting away from Democrats over the last decade. But we don't have to look far to see Democrat Ron Kind in the 3rd Congressional in western Wisconsin, which is almost as rural as the 7th. And while redistricting certainly made the 7th more Republican, that doesn't explain Sean Duffy's margin of victory. There are 14 counties that stayed in the 7th from Dave Obey's last decade in office. Obey never lost one of these counties from 2002 to 08. But from 2010 through 18, the voters moved towards the Republicans by 169%. In fact, Marathon County, Obey's home base, shifted by 295%, a 22,000 vote swing from Democrats to Republicans.
I guess a couple of things happened.
Katie Rosenberg is the newly elected mayor of Wausau and used to sit on the Marathon County board.
So you're seeing a lot of population shifting. You're seeing our populations get a lot older.
She says the shift in the 7th started happening long before Sean Duffy.
You probably would have been seeing some of the more cultural changes moving along during Dave Obey's time. But like you said, he wasn't seeing a lot of challenges, serious challenges.
What this shows is the power of incumbency. The same thing happened with Sean Duffy. He faced a string of underfunded and relatively unknown Democratic opponents. The 7th Congressional is huge, currently spanning 26 counties and 3 different television markets.
Congressman Sean Duffy.
Political newcomers face a huge challenge in getting their name out there and raising money. And once you're in office, you can cement your name in voters' minds.
Once you establish in-district offices, they have a direct conduit. You know, it's that name recognition over and over again.
Which is why this special election is so important. Even though they'll have to defend the seat this November, the history of the 7th says the winner may hold this seat for a long time. I'm Zach Schultz for Here and Now.